Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I DIY'd my daughter's play kitchen and gave it a makeover for under $40. We got this Kids Craft vintage kitchen for her a few years ago, and although we really liked it then, it just wasn't our style anymore. And instead of going out and splurging for hundreds of dollars on a brand new kids play kitchen, I decided to make over the one we already had and transform it into this really pretty neutral modern kitchen for her. This was such a super easy DIY, and I filmed the entire thing for you guys. I'm gonna take you guys step by step throughout this video and show you how I made over her kitchen for such an affordable price. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. If you guys end up using this video to make over your kids' kitchen, please let me know in the comments or tag me over on Instagram in a picture, and I would love to see it. And without further ado, we are just gonna hop into today's video. So this is the vibrant pink kitchen that we started with. I laid down a tarp and brought it outside because we're obviously going to be painting. So all I used for this project was some spray paint and a few different color paints, which I will show you. I got all of my supplies at Home Depot. I picked up this metallic brown rust paint from Rust-Oleum, as well as a white paint because we're going to be using both of those for the hardware. And then I got my paints from the brand Behr. I got the color Cow's Milk, Cocoa Cream, and Stone Harbor, but I actually ended up only using the Cow's Milk and Cocoa Cream colors. I only used 3 sample size paints for this project, which you guys will see later on. I end up going back for a second can of the Cocoa Cream, but like I said, I did not use the Stone Harbor color, so I only used 3 total sample size paints, and each sample can of paint was $5 and each spray paint can was $5, so I totaled to $25 in paint. So the first step in this project was removing all of the hardware because we are going to be spray painting those separately. So I went in with my screwdriver and just took each hardware piece off, and I did use little baggies to separate all of the hardware nails into different bags so that way I didn't get confused or forget which ones they belong to. Okay, so I separated all of the different types of screws into different baggies just so I remember whenever I'm putting it back together. And then over here I put all of the hardware. So first thing we're gonna do is spray paint the hardware, and I'm gonna use the metallic brass color and just get this out of the way so that it can dry. And this is like a pretty easy step, so I'm just gonna spray paint it. It might need 2 coats, but we will see depending on how strong the spray paint is, and then we're gonna get into the actual painting of the kitchen. So I actually only ended up needing 1 coat of the spray paint, not 2. It was a really strong and dark spray paint, but depending on the color that you use, you might need 2 coats, especially if you want it super even. And then I ended up taking out some of the pieces that I wanted white. I wasn't sure at first if I wanted to do them all in the metallic brass, but I'm really glad that I ended up doing some of the pieces white because I think it brought some light to it. So as you guys can see here, I'm taking those pieces out and then I go ahead and spray paint them white. So my plan here is the top part is going to be not the bright white color, but the Stone Harbor color, and I'm gonna do the microwave and all of this top part. And then down here, I'm gonna do the cocoa color, as well as the fridge. And as you guys can see, I did not take the doors off because it needs like a special like tool to take these off. It's not a regular screw. So I'm just gonna paint them with the doors off because I don't have that tool. Oh, I also have to take these hardwares off, so I have to do that really quickly. And then the counter, I'm also gonna do the cow's milk white, I think. So it'll be just a plain white counter. So that is my plan for all of the colors. So I started with the countertop piece. Like I said, I'm painting this in the cow's milk color. I am wiping down the surfaces of all of the pieces that I'm painting just so that you don't see the dust underneath the paint. As you can see, I started with a paintbrush, but I found that a roller brush ends up working way better and gives a way smoother coat, and you don't have to work as hard to get an even layer. So later on in the video, you will mostly see me using a small roller brush that I had on hand, but if you only have a paintbrush, it works just as well. As the countertop piece was drying, I did move on to the kitchen. So I'm starting with a paintbrush to get in all of the corners because obviously a roller brush isn't going to do that. So I did all of the corners and the back pieces of the inside, and then I will go in with the roller brush to finish off the middles. By the way, I got my paint rollers at Home Depot as well. I got a set of this tiny one that I'm using here, as well as 2 big ones and 2 paint tins for $10. And I included that in the price for you guys, and it was still in total under $40 for this entire kitchen. Also guys, I only had to use 1 coat of paint to cover the entire kitchen and cover that vibrant pink color of the original kitchen, which I was really surprised about. I thought I was going to have to go in with 2, and that goes for both colors, both the white color that I'm going to be doing on this top part of the kitchen and the cocoa color. So I was really happy about that, but now I'm painting the cow's milk color on the top and the microwave area. The next day, so I just want to update you guys on where I'm at. So the top part is completely covered in the cow's milk paint, and I'm just waiting on that to dry. Down here I just have to paint that door, the front of that door, the front of this door, and the side of this. So I did have to run back for another sample of paint yesterday of the cocoa cream color, but that's okay, and I probably won't even use the whole thing, so I'm just gonna go through and do this. I don't think that I'm gonna need a second coat. The paint actually covered really well. So for the fronts of the doors, I just went with my roller brush, and this was actually really easy to do because I didn't have to go in any corners with the regular brush. So this part probably only took me about 10 minutes to finish up the next day. So once everything was painted, I did let that sit out to dry for a couple of hours, and then I came back outside when I had a chance and I started to put the hardware back on. So this time I had my drill, which made the process go much faster, and I totally recommend separating your screws into separate bags, guys. It helped me so much. Otherwise I would have been completely confused on which screws go to what hardware piece. So that's probably one of my biggest recommendations for this project. As you guys can see, when I was putting the stovetop back on, I did chip some of the paint off because it was still a little tacky right there. So I just went and touched that up with my brush, and then I went ahead and put on all of the rest of the hardware pieces. So for this bar, as I was painting, my daughter actually stepped in some of the spray paint and messed up the original bar piece, but I found a cylinder piece of wood that fit perfectly into this spot, so I just trimmed it up a little bit and screwed it in and it worked perfectly, but obviously you can use the original piece. But I still think it turned out fine, and the natural wood looks actually really nice with the rest of it. But this is the finished product, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this DIY project with me. Like I said, if you guys do this, please tag me in some pictures on Instagram or let me know down in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We would love to have you stick around. I do mommy and lifestyle content here on this channel most of the time. So if you like that kind of stuff, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.